Ladies and gentlemen, Andy with three hats here. A couple of days ago, I did a video saying if any of you are struggling, leave a comment. I will read them out. I will give you a bit of love, a little bit of advice. And we got this very wonderful, very amazing, very long sharing from Methods57, who says, "Sup, Andy? First, some positives before getting into the struggles. Amazing. I have steadily been losing weight at 0.4 kilograms a week. That is incredibly specific. I love it. Pretty consistently now for 2 months or so, and I've gotten my weigh-ins under 95 kilograms. Amazing. You fucking legend. I've been on a very slow mission myself to lose weight over the last probably 9 months. I have lost about roughly 1 kilogram a week, and I've just been doing that through keto, and that's been very effortless. Like, I haven't put really any effort in. It's just kind of happened accidentally, which feels amazing. So good job to you too, my brother. This is amazing. You're in the back half of your weight loss. You have another 10 to 15-ish to go. That's amazing. So cool. I also had my first interview, albeit a phone one. Don't take away from your credit. You had your first interview. That's amazing. For a job in years. I've been logging on to your old forums as well, usually adding in a bit of a daily journal. I love that. That's amazing. I've noticed that my daily journals have gotten a bit negative lately, so I need to work on that. And that's okay, man. Like, we often go through periods of a little bit of sadness or grief or anger or frustration or bitterness or whatever. Welcome to being a human being. I'll tell you how you will fix it, my brother. The solution is right here in front of you. Wear 3 hats at once, as I am demonstrating right here. All the negativity will immediately go away. Watch this. Ready? Ready? You're going to watch this live. The world sucks and everything's awful and the world is awful. Oh, the world is a lovely, wonderful place and everyone's full of love and everyone's an evil piece of shit and I fucking hate being alive and I love being alive. See? Works immediately. Isn't that nice? Sorry, I'm amusing myself. You go on to say, I also want to point out that I personally think struggling is a necessity for everyone to continue improving. Not true, but you're allowed to hold on to that story, and I can understand why you would tell that story, and I'm not going to take that story away from you. It's not true, but I understand why you believe that right now. Some people have really good tools, methods, and strategies to work through that struggle and come out the other side better than others. Better, but others, perhaps like myself, struggle greatly with dealing with struggles. And so, yes, this is exactly what I was saying. I'm not going to take the opinion of the person who is currently struggling with struggles about whether or not everyone needs to struggle and it's a necessity. You are currently living in the paradigm of struggles, and that's okay. That's beautiful, man. That's your journey. But as you come out the other side of that and you do, ready, watch the world's best sales transition right here. As you do everything that I put in my Play to Win video course, link in the description below. As you work through all of this, you get to a point where you don't attach to struggle. You don't need to struggle. You realize that you can achieve your goals effortlessly with love and joy and excitement and fun, and it's not a struggle. But I completely understand that you're in the struggle phase. Brother, my God, man, have I struggled at times. But I want to make it really clear that struggle is not a necessity. However, does every human being go through struggle? Like, probably, yeah. So I wouldn't say it's a necessity. That is like completely not true. You've said it's a necessity to continue improving. No, false, wrong, like literally not true. I've lived my life for the most part in the paradigm of like things being effortless and easy and fun and carefree and doing what I want instead of what I think I have to do. And you'll probably get to that point too, my brother. But I think maybe the thing that we both agree here is like, does every human being struggle and suffer at some point in their life? Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't know if there's any exceptions to that. So we probably agree. I'm just sort of nitpicking the word necessity here. That's you attaching to struggle and being very fixated on struggle. Anyway, you're going to say, still, struggling can be a struggle. Yeah, I know, right? Like, so there's you kind of proving my point. Like, struggling can be very painful. Still, struggling can be struggling, so it sucks that you're struggling too. To be very clear, when I said that I was struggling, that was in that moment in time. I then went away and dealt with it and healed it and all of that sort of stuff. So I want to make this very clear. You might struggle, but it is not a necessity to continue improving. We struggle despite ourselves might be a way of saying that. Blah, blah, blah. It's a good reminder to others that look up to you that struggling with the struggles of struggling is normal for everyone. Yes. So I'm on a mission to struggle much less. Like, that is my point. Yeah, and I love that you say, I randomly wanted to see how many struggles I could fit in there for no reason. You fit quite a lot, my brother. Yeah, so maybe we can have a bit deeper of a conversation here. Like, struggling is completely okay. It is not a necessity to continue improving. Let's be very clear. But just like me, you're probably going to struggle. I struggle. That was the point of that fucking video. I just don't attach to the struggle, and I certainly don't tell the story that the struggles are necessary. I look at the struggles as something beautiful. There is beauty in your struggles. You don't have to say that they suck. And look at the sentence that you said here. You know, struggling can be a struggle, so it sucks that you are struggling too. I just don't believe that story, brother. I never said that it sucks. I said I'm struggling, and part of how I'm going to deal with that is to share it with all of you and be here for you and love you and listen to your struggles. But it doesn't suck that I struggle. That's your story. You can tell that story. I don't agree with that story. I never said it sucks that I struggle. I think it's fucking beautiful that I struggle. It makes me feel human. It means that I can relate to all of you who are struggling, which was obviously the point of that video. But yeah, whatever, man. I'm like nitpicking here. Let's like go into the good shit. For real though, right now, I guess the thing that I still struggle with the most is consistency and the rate of progress. I understand that, my friend. That's like most of my coaching clients, right? Like, yeah, that's very human. I'm always thinking what I do is not enough. Yeah, that's most of my clients too. Like, at least when they start coming into the coaching program, and then we teach them how to celebrate their own greatness, how to appreciate their victories, how to be there for themselves, and all of that. You go on to say, I compare myself to the speed of progress others achieve, and it brings me down quite a bit. Yes, comparison is the thief of joy. Whilst working through the mental side of things, I guess I just have for now a slower capacity to achieve what I want in every aspect of my life. Or maybe you're full of shit with the expectations that you have of other people. Maybe you're not good at recognizing that other people struggle too, and you have this glamorized view of other people who achieve success. And you compare yourself to that fake glamorized view of them, and then you say you're not good enough. And do you know what, brother? That is okay, because we all do that, don't we? I stress about how from the outside it looks like I'm doing the bare minimum. What's so bad about doing the bare minimum? I've often just done the bare minimum. You can achieve a lot if you do the bare minimum. But it really takes a lot out of me to try. It really takes a lot out of me trying to get it done. Yeah, so what if you don't put pressure on yourself? Like, your idea of the bare minimum is probably higher than the bare minimum. Like, I make this clear in all of my content. The bare minimum, if you were, like, let's say you're a guy who wants to work on his sex and dating life. You want to meet some women, have some beautiful adventures, meet some wonderful people. Your idea of the bare minimum is like, well, I need to go outside and approach one woman a day. That's more than the bare minimum. For you, your bare minimum, if you can't do that, might be, I think about walking around outside. If you can't do that, it's like, well, I mean, all of you can do that. Like, but even if you say, I can't think about like going outside and thinking about it, I can't think about approaching women. Okay, think about thinking about going outside and approaching women. And so, like, your idea of the bare minimum, if you're saying to me, it really takes a lot out of me trying to do the bare minimum, that's not the bare minimum, my brother. That's the big, beautiful, juicy ego that we all have, that I have too, saying my bare minimum is not good enough, so I need to do more. And yeah, no shit, that's overwhelming. No shit, that takes a lot out of you. So humble yourself, my friend. Like, bring it back down a little bit. Come back down to earth with the rest of us. Like, a lot of the time, my bare minimum, like me, Andy, the bare minimum that I have in terms of like, or maybe we can talk about when I first started my goals. Maybe we can say, like, when I first started my YouTube channel, what did the bare minimum look like? At the very start, the bare minimum was like, write some notes for 1 minute about a video that you might make. It wasn't, you have to do one video every day. That was way too much. That would stress me out. I couldn't do that. It was literally write notes for 1 minute about a video that you might make. And there were some days where I couldn't even do that. And so I would just sit there with my notebook open, my notepad open, and I would think about writing notes for 1 minute. And there were some days that I sit there with the screen open and I didn't type a single word. 1 minute went by and I was like, okay, at least I fucking tried. I did my bare minimum. That is what bare minimum looks like. It is think about the goal. And you, with your beautiful, juicy ego that we all have, I got a big fucking juicy, sexy ego too, my brother. Your big ego says that bare minimum isn't good enough. It's like, who the fuck are you to decide what's good enough or not? And so bring that back down a little bit and do just that every day. And on days where you feel good and you can do more, like, great, do more. but the bare minimum is literally bare minimum. You've probably just been overinflating what the bare minimum actually means. You go on to say, I have tried adding a couple little extra things to what I'm doing daily. Why? You're already struggling to do the bare minimum. And you're like, so I've added extra things. It's like, what? What are you talking about, brother? Like, just get the bare minimum done. If you can't even be consistent right now with the bare minimum, that tells me you're trying to do too much. So bring it back down to earth like the rest of us. Humble yourself a little bit and do less. You're saying, I can't do the bare minimum, so let me try adding a couple of extra things in there. You want to say they aren't big things. Like, it's just a job. Like, dude, do the bare minimum. You're probably just trying to do too much. Like, I can see you trying to do too. Look, you're going to say, I started adding go to the university campus and be around girls. Like, bro, calm the fuck down. Like, look, I'm feeling overwhelmed even though I'm spending maybe an hour. Like, you just chill. Calm down. Do a little bit less. Don't do more. You can't even walk yet and you're going, I have to run. No, you haven't earned the right yet. You haven't earned the competence to do a lot of goals yet. I have a bigger work capacity when it comes to goals than you do. Like right now, my bare minimum is fucking coach all of my people for a couple of hours, reply to every single message that every one of my friends has said, go for a walk outside for a couple of hours, and then maybe do a piece of content if I'm feeling good. And all of that, by the way, takes me like, I don't know, 5 hours. My bare minimum now is about 5 hours worth of work. Unless I'm sick, in which case I just say, fine, I'm going to take a day off. That's fine. But like on a day when I'm not feeling sick, which happens maybe once every like 6 months, I will get sick, right? Most days, my bare minimum is about 5 hours worth of work and reaching out to friends and giving to people and loving people and going for a walk. About 5 hours of work. That's my bare minimum. However, I earned that. I've been building this website and this channel and my content and all of that shit for like 5 or 6 years now, dude. Like I built up that work capacity. I did not have that at the start. I just told you at the start, my bare minimum was sit there for 1 minute with your notebook open and maybe you write something, but if you can't, that's fine. At least you tried. That was my bare minimum. And so if you want this bare minimum to increase, you got to earn that, my man. Like you're just trying to run before you can walk. And that's okay. That's like how most people do it because we all have a big ego that says, I have to do a lot. I have to get a lot done. It's like, no, man, just like learn to do the bare minimum and then you can add extra shit. So yeah, you're going to talk a little bit here about you see everyone doing huge things competitively daily. And I guess, you know, it affects me. Yeah, they earned that, man. They built up a work capacity. You are doing the equivalent of walking into the gym on day one, the first time you've ever been into a gym and going, well, how come that guy can deadlift 200 kilograms? I need to try and do that. I'm not good enough because I don't even know what deadlifting is. I need to learn that. Like you're literally saying, I need to have this work capacity. You haven't built it. You haven't earned it. So yeah, humble yourself just a little bit, my friend, and build up that work capacity the same way that you would in the gym. You don't go in there and try and lift all the weights on day one. You start with the bar, and that can be very humbling. You feel like an idiot. You're like, I'm so weak. What if people look at me? Yeah, people might. Cool, great. Build up that work capacity. So going to say, I got a lot of things that I want to achieve, and the pace I move at kills me. No. Your story about the pace that you move at is what kills you. You saying I should move quicker is what kills you. It's got nothing to do with the pace. How do I know that? Because if you worked even faster and faster, you would just do what's called moving the goalpost, and then you'd say that's not good enough. I bet right now, the progress that you are making is more progress than you were making when you first started this. And yet you're not happy, are you? And I'm telling you, I have people that come to my coaching group who are making like fucking $30,000 a month and saying that's not good enough. I have friends who are like millionaires, literally multi-millionaires, and they say they're not making enough money. They compare themselves to fucking Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk, and they say, I'm not a multi-billionaire, so I'm a loser, and the pace that I'm making. And I'm like, bro, you have enough money to retire 15 times over. When is it ever going to be enough? And it will never be enough until you decide that it's enough. So at some point you humble yourself. And, you know, I talked about this before, the Play to Win video course. There is an entire chapter in here called Gratitude, Mindfulness, and Self-Reflection, how to not move the goalposts. And I talk about how to celebrate the progress that you're making. The pace that you are moving at is fine, but you're the one that's saying that it is not. And that is the painful part. You are the one saying that you are not good enough. It has nothing to do with any objective standards or what other people are doing. This life thing is a solo player game. It's a single player game. You're on a solo mission by yourself. And if you go out there and look around and compare yourself to all those other people who are not you, who have not lived your life, who do not have your strengths and weaknesses and all of that, and who are not on the same mission as you, you're just going to feel like shit. Again, comparison is the thief of joy. You're on a solo mission, and the only thing to ever compare yourself to is who you were like 5 or 10 years ago. And you're probably making progress. You're just not humble enough to celebrate that. You're not self-loving enough to celebrate that, and that's okay. I would work on that. But you have made progress. You're just not recognizing it. You're saying it's not good enough. So you're going to say, but going faster overwhelms me a fair bit. Yeah, because you are trying to run before you can walk. You are not humble enough to celebrate your own victories, and that's okay. We're all on a mission to be more humble, including me. I'm working on that too, right there with you, brother. But yeah, you're going to say, I feel like I'm never taking enough action. See, you will continue to feel like that forever until you stop and look in the mirror and look into your own beautiful eyes in the mirror and you say, I am enough. I have done enough. I am good enough. I am worthy of love. I am worthy of gratitude. I am worthy of celebrating. And if I want to do more in the future, then fuck yeah, my man, do more. But for right now, in this moment, what I am and what I have and what I have done is enough for right now. That's when you'll start feeling like you've done enough. You're going to say, I get the irrational fear of what if this is it? What if this is the only pace I can achieve for the rest of my life? Great, then this is the only pace you can achieve for the rest of your life. What if you don't achieve everything you want? Fucking newsflash, you won't. Again, bring that beautiful fucking juicy ego back down to reality, my man. You are not going to achieve everything you want. I know your ego fucking hates that sentence. Probably hate me for saying that sentence to you. You don't have enough time in your life to achieve everything you want. How do I know that? Because you're full of shit. When you say, these are the only things I want, you're full of so much fucking shit. When you're a little baby, the only thing you wanted when you cried to your parents and screamed and all of that was an ice cream, or to learn how to walk, or for your parents to give you money so you could go to the movies with your friends. And you have probably said 1 billion times in your life, if you would just give me this thing, then I would be happy. If you would just let me have this, then I would be able to celebrate myself. You've probably prayed to the fucking universe or to God or to your family or friends or whatever. Please, God, let me have this fucking job. Please let me have this. Please let this girl like me. Please let this go well. Please let me get laid tonight and I'll be so happy. And then what happens? You get laid, you get the thing you want, and then you move the goalposts. That's called being a human. That's not a bad thing. I never said it was a bad thing, but let's at least be honest. You are so full of shit. So full of shit. When you tell the lie, and I'm not just accusing you of this, where I do the same thing. We're all so full of shit where we say, if I could just get everything I want, then I'd be happy. Fuck right off with that, my beautiful lying friend. And hey, brother, I lie a lot about this too. I've just learned to recognize when I lie. I tell the lie too of just please let me have this and then I'll be happy. Motherfucker, you'll be happy for a couple of days and then you'll just move on to the next thing or the next excuse to not be happy. And so again, the buck has to stop with you. If you actually want to be happy, which is what you're saying you want here, if you actually want to be happy, then give that to yourself. Stop lying and saying, if I get everything I want, then I'll be happy. No, you won't. You will just move the goalposts. I've done a lot of videos on this. Like I said, the Play to Win video course, there's a link down below. It's probably the best place to start. But another video that might help you is this video at the top here. Just search for the word death or dying, and you'll see this video here. Are you scared of dying with regrets? How to make peace with death. And this video here is the same sort of thing. It's called Are You Afraid of Death? I would watch both of those videos, my friends. So Are You Afraid of Death? And Scared of Dying with Regrets, How to Make Peace with Death. They will both help you a little bit. And what I talk about in those videos is, like I said, you're probably not going to achieve everything you want for the rest of your life because you have an infinite amount of things that you will want. Stop and think for half a second. Let's say you achieve everything you want. And you're just sitting there in bliss and all of that. Then what? You're going to be like, well, I'm hungry. Now I want food. Okay. So you have an infinite amount of things that you want. There is also a video I did. If you just search for the word peace, This video here, this is probably actually the most relevant video for this discussion. It's called My Brain Secretly Hates Peace and Happiness, Does Yours? And I literally talk about, like, look at the thumbnail. There's me having a threesome with my past partner, you know, Emmy and Bronwyn, the girl that we saw. There's me on the left having another threesome. Like, fucking hell, man. Like, at what point do I say, like, I have enough? Like, a lot of you would probably kill for my life. And yet, guess what? My brain says I want more. I need more. I haven't got enough. And I've just learned to recognize that and sit in that and go like, I do have enough. I am enough. All of this is okay. Let me be grateful for everything in my life. And then if I want to have some more, beautiful. Let me be grateful for the journey that I get to embark on to go and have some more. Let me be grateful that I can have this beautiful infinite abundance and then go and have even more abundance. Isn't that incredible? But I don't tell the lie that I will magically be happy if I get everything that I want. So that isn't true. All right, you go on to say, I'm also still struggling with the insecurity of my age and teeth. Again, same thing. You know, if I was younger, I'd be happy. Wrong. No. Were you just perfectly enlightened and happy when you were younger? No, so you're full of shit. If I had perfect teeth, I'd be happy and I wouldn't be insecure. No, wrong. You'd make up the next reason. I can logically prove they aren't as big a deal as I make them out to be, even though my teeth are bad. Okay, they're bad, are they? Is that just a story? Like, play around with that. Like, give me 3 or give yourself 3 reasons why your teeth are great. And then all we're going to do is make them a little better. You're just improving. They're not bad and you have to fix them. They're good and we're going to make them a little better. You say, I'm going around the uni with the thought of approaching in mind. I just realized how old I am. No, how old you say that you are. I'm 38 years old. I'm currently sleeping with 2 23-year-old women. For fuck's sakes. Like, when I met Emmy, my past partner, she was 18. I was like 31. Old is a number, dude. I've written articles on my website. Well, I have an article on my website where I did an interview with this guy who's in his fucking 50s and dating a 22-year-old. Age is just a number. It's a bunch of bullshit that you've made up. You've literally made it up. You know that because you say, I come up with all these reasons why it's weird and I'm weird. No, it's not weird and you're not weird. You just say that you are. You're just telling a bullshit story. Like, it's a really bullshit story. When I know in reality it's fairly normal for a 30-year-old blah, 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 blah to be on campus, yeah. And so you go on to say, I rationalize it by saying countless people have done it successfully, including you. And then I immediately swing to thoughts such as, yeah, well, they were attractive though. And you have a solid 2 to 3 years before you can reach that level of attractive. No. I'm going to be very clear to you. I don't sleep with younger women because I'm attractive. I sleep with younger women because I don't tell myself that I'm not allowed to. It's just that. It's literally just that. It's got nothing to do with attractiveness. That helps. That means that more of them will say yes to me. But even if I was incredibly unattractive, then I would just go and talk to more women until one of them liked me. I would just play the numbers game harder. It's got nothing to do with your attractiveness. Yes, improve your attractiveness so that more of them say yes. But in the meantime, you are the only reason that you're not currently sleeping with the women that you want to sleep with. It is only you. It has nothing to do with external factors. If you truly liked yourself, and maybe even loved yourself, you would put that beautiful energy out there into the world. And you would be like, I'm great. I have so much to offer. I can't wait to go and give value to these women's lives. That's what you're currently missing. And so, brother, I would get out a piece of paper or do it on your computer. Write down 50 things about you that are lovable. 50 reasons why someone might want to date you. 50 things you have to offer these women that you're thinking about approaching. And then you will know in your heart and in your mind and in your soul that if they want to talk to you for a little bit, they will get something out of that. You will be very certain about the value that you have to offer. That is probably the biggest difference between you and me. I walk up to women knowing my value, knowing my worth, knowing how much love I have to give them, how much I can be there for them, how I'll give them a great time, all of that. I know what it is that I have to offer. And when someone doesn't want that, and by the way, dude, I have millions of times, maybe not millions, but probably fucking hundreds of times, maybe 1,000 times that women have said to me, you're too old for me. And I'm like, great, beautiful. I'm going to go share the precious gift that is me and this version of consciousness with some other human being that wants that. And I hope you go and find your version of someone that wants to, like your perfect match. Like, isn't it great that we both know what we want? I want you, you don't want me. Isn't that amazing? I hope you go and find what you're looking for. But get more certain about what you have to offer, because right now you're coming at it from the point of view of like, I'd be taking something away from these women if I hit on them. Like I'd be a burden or I'd be creepy. That tells me you don't know what it is that you have to offer. You're basically thinking, I'm going to walk up to these women and try and get something from them. That's why you feel weird. You aren't aware that this is like, you don't even know your own value proposition. You don't know what you have to offer. Get clear about that. If you're not sure, ask some friends, figure it out. But get very clear about the unique, beautiful parts of you and what you have to offer and how you can make someone else's life better, whether they date you or sleep with you or marry you or even just have a fucking conversation with you for 2 minutes. Get very clear about what it is that you are offering. And then you go out there and share that precious gift and offer it to people. Again, right now you're in the mindset of let me get. That isn't what we're here for. We're here to share our gifts and add to people's lives and add to our own life in the process. So get very clear about what you have to offer. And then you won't have all of these thoughts in your head of like, I'm being annoying, I'm weird, like I'm too old, I'm this, that, or the other. It's like, no, some people will think I'm too old. Great, brilliant, beautiful. I hope they find what they're looking for. Lots of people will just not really give a shit about age, and I'll talk to them. And lots of women only date older guys. And they are looking for a man like you. But it's got to be a man that loves himself, because right now, there's still some room for improvement there. And that's okay, my beautiful friend. But the more you get clear about what you have to offer, the value proposition that you are offering to people, and the more you start to love yourself, or at least just like yourself, like be proud of yourself, start with that. The more you start to do that, the more you'll feel certain that if somebody clicks with you and talks to you for a couple of minutes, you will be able to make their life better, make their day better, facilitate their greatness and their growth and their happiness and their joy. And then you don't give a fuck if somebody thinks you're too old, because you're like, great, beautiful. I'm going to go find the person that likes my age and my brother. There are a lot of women, a lot of younger women who like 30-something-year-old men. Again, I will say this, you already kind of know this because you wrote this. I am 38. I am dating 2 23-year-olds. I promise that you can do it too. And more to the point, I'm adding to their life. How do I do that? Because I know for certain what it is that I have to offer. My mentorship, my love, my kindness, my compassion, good sex, all of that. And you don't have to have those things, but that's the point. Go figure out your unique, beautiful selling points. In business, there's a concept of USP, unique selling points. Why would someone come to you? And in this, it's the exact same thing. In dating, it's the same thing. Why would a younger woman want to date you? Like if I ask you that question, my brother, why should some younger woman date you? Why would she want to? Do you even have an answer for me right now? If you don't, you're literally expecting that she would do something that you're not even certain about. Like you're basically saying these women should just know why they would date me. It's like, but you don't know. And so the more clear you get about this, the more you have to offer that to people. So yeah, just work on that. I'd work on that, man. You go on to say, I guess the final struggle is finding someone to go on this self-improvement journey with. I have one friend who is willing to help me with stuff like photos and that, blah, 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 but he's busy. Everyone else isn't against me, but they're just in a different stage of life. Fair enough, contempt with what they have and starting families of their own, blah, blah, blah. I've been trying to seek out people to help and encourage me, but fear that they will get sick of my action being on such small tasks. Okay, I mean, dude, is this the point where I just fucking pitch the coaching program to you? And if you can't afford the big hardcore coaching program, join the little community that we've just made, the paid community. It's $200 a month. It is literally a whole bunch of people. We've been running it for a couple of weeks now. It's fucking awesome. It's a bunch of people like literally who would help you with it. $200 a month, man. Like they would fucking do all of this stuff that you're saying. Like that's right there. If you want that, there's a link down below. You can send me an email. Just email me and be like, hey, Andy, I want to join this paid community that you're talking about, the $200 community. I will tell you what's in it. I will give you the spiel. We're going to make a little sexy page about it. I'm in the process of doing that. But I will record you a little voice message and tell you everything that's in it. You can figure out if that's for you or not. Dude, why don't you just shoot me an email and ask about that? And any of the rest of you that want the same thing, yeah, like great, come. Like I said, there's already like 12 people in there, and they're absolutely already crushing their goals and already getting a lot out of it. Like, yeah, just pay for it, man. Like it's way easier rather than saying like, how do I figure this out? Now, if you can't afford $200 a month, fair enough. Go find free ways of doing this. Go to meetup.com and screen for people who are working on their goals. Go find forums. It sounds like you've already found some. But like, it's up to you, man, to find people that are working on this rather than like saying I can't find someone. You then go on to say that you're basically doing this. I'm at least moving in with a mate who has sort of same fitness goals. Brilliant. I love this. He isn't as keen on self-improvement as our community would see it. That's okay. You're basically just wanting someone that will give you a little bit of encouragement or motivation or love. You go on to say he does want to improve in some areas. Brilliant. Won't be a magic bullet. almost nothing ever is, my friend, but it might help me push out a few extra percent. Dude, just pay for the fucking community. Like, pay for the $200, man. I think, like, you're the perfect person to sign up for that. Again, if you can't, that's fine, man. Go find some free ones. But yeah, you're literally the perfect person to, like, come. You're going to say, that's about it. Cheers, Andy. No need to reply. Hey, you got a free fucking video, my brother. Better than a reply. Just throwing it out there as it keeps me reset, or it helps me reset. Jesus, I misread that, didn't it? It helps me reset and rationalize things a bit better. Thank you for sharing, my man. Look at what happens when we're fucking vulnerable, right? Like, beautiful things happen when we're vulnerable. You probably didn't massively expect me to reply, let alone you get a 30-minute video. And, you know, I hope this video was helpful. I hope it's obvious that I was trying to pour lots of love in here and not criticize you or any of that. Like, maybe I was a bit blunt at points, but I was trying to do that with love, my friend. But yeah, if you want that $200 a month program, like I said, or if you're just curious, if any of you are curious, send me an email. There's a link down below to where you can send me an email. I will send you a voice message explaining all of it, talking about what's in it, all of that. If you want to sign up, great. If you hear that voice message and you're like, nah, man, that doesn't suit me, good, great, amazing. But yeah, very happy to have you as part of the community, dude. I think that would really help you. And you know what? These hats are getting a little heavy. I'm going to take them off. I appreciate all of you. I appreciate all of you sharing. You're all doing an absolutely amazing job. Go out there, keep doing your thing, keep being fabulous, wonderful, amazing human beings. And I am going to go eat some lunch because I am a hungry, hungry little boy.